Hello, thank you, and I'd like to welcome you to another wild edible video here. This is Bubba, the Jewish redneck prepper. The scene you see here is this old house. It's the early stages of covering of this vine. Give it another month or two and this vine will take full possession of this house. This wild edible here was first introduced here into Georgia and other southeastern states decades ago, and was issued and given free to farmers for land, keep from land erosion. Once they started planting this, they found out that they had a problem with it. What they used for it was good, it became a problem with them. And what this vine is today is the kudzo vine. That's right, folks. Not too many people know that the kudzo vine is edible. And here we got a beautiful amount of kudzo everywhere there is. Right up here in front, you can see this kudzo vine growing. And this is one of the fastest growing weeds that this is. And this is how you can identify it, with the three types of leaves that it has. Now later on, when these tips come out, they'll turn a beautiful purple flower and have a beautiful smell to it about another month from now. And from a distance, it smells pretty good. It almost got a smell like, you know, when you smell bubble gum. Well, that's what that flower smells like at a distance, but once you get up on it, it has a pretty stink smell to it. But you see them tips on these vines, when they turn purple, you can make all kinds of jelly out of them, and they're delicious. These leaves here, they're nothing but a pot herb. That's all these are. Grab a lot of these leaves, and you have a good mess of greens. But everything, you pull the root up, the leaves, the stem, this whole plant is edible. That's right. And people try to burn this stuff off, kill it, make all kinds of ways, and people here in the United States are starving to death. And just look, way up there on that hill, and fixing to grow in the trees. This is on both sides of this road, this kudzo vine. Man, look, God's plenty. God's given us to eat, and people are starving here in the country, in this country. Homeless people are begging for food, but yet in the rural areas, look at all that kudzo down there, down in that ditch. And all this kudzo is very edible because we're at least 50 foot away from the road. Folks, I encourage you to get out and learn about wild foraging and everything, and what's good to eat and what's not good to eat. This kudzo vine, I mean, this right here could feed a whole families. Just enough harvesting this, putting it up in your freezers or dehydrating it, making jelly out of it. Folks, let me encourage you to get out, spend time with your family. There ain't no better way to spend time with your family than foraging. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. I've been meaning for days to get by here and drop by this old house and do this video. I love making these videos and making these videos for people. It's my heart to educate people on foraging, especially because you never know one day when you might have to eat wild stuff. Just ask yourself, what would you do if a grocery store shut down and you didn't have no food? Could you survive? They estimate that the average grocery store, even full in a small community of around 5,000, 10,000 people, only has enough supplies in that store for 3 days. What if the trucks, diesel trucks, transfer trucks stop running? Would you be able to survive? Do you have enough of preps and stuff in your house to last a few weeks or even a few days? Folks, let me encourage you to start getting out and learn to be self-sufficient. Don't rely on the government. Don't rely on anybody else. The only body else that can answer for you is you. Well, folks, this is my video on kudzo, one of the fastest growing vines there is. and very edible and very delicious. If you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, The Jewish Redneck Prepper, well, let me invite you to join. Again, that is The Jewish Redneck Prepper. This is Bubba saying shalom and enjoy the journey.